Togolese economy has gone through ups and downs since the independence in 1960. Performance was satisfactory in the 1960s and early 1970s, but had worsened since the end of the 1970s. The trouble started with the commodity shocks of the 1970s that caused strong swings in terms of trade. First, the 1973-1974 oil shock contributed to the recession of the mid-1970s. Second, the 1974-1975 phosphate boom has had mixed effect on the economy. In particular, the unexpected increase in revenue it caused and induced the government into several policy mistakes, including a spectacular increase in expenditure and extensive government interventions. The increased size of the public sector hampered the functioning of market institutions and resulted in reduced efficiency. Productivity dropped and overall economic performance went into a downward trend that the implementation of structural adjustment programs has not been able to reverse, and that the source political crisis of the 1990s has helped consolidate. Togo has good prospect for sustained economic growth due to its abundant supplies of high-quality phosphate, a favorable climate for agriculture, a natural deep-sea port, and a dynamic commerce sector. Business Television Africa cameras walked through the streets and realized the depth and severity of poverty in Togo has increased. Although there has been a lot of focus on a set of policy reforms that are targeted to the most destitute and expected to promote widespread income growth, job creation, and poverty reduction, much is left to be done. Many of these reforms are designed to be particularly beneficial to the poor rural households, such as smallhold and cotton farmers. But you could also see a lot of improvements in the microfinance sector as a step towards increasing access to the country's formal financial system, and reforms in the telecom sector, such as the introduction of mobile banking. Walk through the street of Lome today, and you will see huge billboards of financial institutions and mobile telecoms jostling for space in the air. It was also not in place to see very old cabs on the street, and imagine who would drive in such old vehicles only in Africa. But the people seem happy as the country is on the path of settling for freedom and economic emancipation. Business Television Africa drove through the street of Lome. Believe me, you cannot miss the huge edifice that houses the ECOWAS Bank of Development. The building, which ages over 20 years, informs the significant role of its existence to the community and, most importantly, Lome, Togo. Ebid has worked tirelessly to become the leading regional investment and development finance bank in West Africa, making it a powerful financial institution for private sector promotion and financing in the region and an effective instrument for poverty alleviation, wealth creation, and job promotion for the well-being of the people of the region.
In the last 12 months of 2013, or maybe let me just say that as at October 2013, our total commitments in terms of projects financed by the bank in all record months amounted to about 780 million use of accounts, which comes about 1.1 billion US dollars. And this is operated in virtually all sectors of activities in the 15 ECOWAS member states, including the transport sector, energy sector, social sector, industry, the service, virtually in all the sectors. We contributed one or the other to finance or co-finance projects, both at the level of the public sector and at the level of private sector. So that's our own little contribution towards the development of the ECOWAS sub-region. The resources are limited. So within this context, I think we have made our own contribution. Yes, there are challenges in terms of mobilization of financial resources, especially concessional resources, because this is what member states need to finance their what we call basic infrastructure, roads, hospitals, medical centers, and what have you. This can only be financed from concessional resources, and this is very, very difficult to come by. So that challenge is there. But overall, I think we are making some effort to really contribute to the efforts already made by member states of the sub-region to really address some of these challenges that are facing them. Let me say that we cannot meet our objectives 100%. We can only meet objectives to some extent, and in the process there are some challenges, and these are challenges that I just mentioned. But I think overall we are making some contribution. Even if you call it quite moderate, I think we are making some contribution to the economic development of the sub-region. I think my colleague just mentioned some of the projects that we financed in terms of road. We are financing the Ouagadougou-Lomé corridor. We have co-financed part of Lagos-Abidjan. We are also working on co-financing the Lagos-Abidjan corridor, Dakar-Bamako, in terms of road infrastructure. We've also funded other projects in the sub-region that are designed to improve energy supply in the sub-region. We have also financed projects that are designed to improve urban transportation systems in Guinea, right now in Burkina, in some other counties. In Ghana, for instance, we have financed the acquisition of fire tenders for the Ghana Fire Service, the rehabilitation of medical centers in the Ashanti region, and what have you. So these are some of the contributions we are making. Indeed, we cannot meet all the needs, because the needs, like I say, are very, very big, and the sub-region, as you know, is a region of over 300 million people.
Corruption is a serious problem, and providing cash or other gifts to expedite business transactions remains a common practice, reportedly shortening delays in obtaining registrations, permits, and licensing in Lomé, Togo. The judicial system is vulnerable to strong influence from the executive and does not provide independent protection of private property. Contracts are difficult to enforce. Ownership of fiscal property is frequently disputed.
Bon, nous sommes la Banque d'investissement et de développement de la CEDEAO. Notre siège se trouve à Lomé, mais nous appartenons à l'ensemble des États membres de la CEDEAO, aux 15 États membres de la CEDEAO. Nous faisons des opérations pour l'ensemble des 15 États membres, et donc aussi au Togo. Nous faisons aussi des opérations au Togo. Au Togo, nous avons financé des activités pour les routes. Devant vous, juste, vous êtes en train de trouver des aménagements sur le boulevard qui est devant la banque et qui va vers la sortie. Donc, nous participons avec d'autres institutions au financement de ce genre d'activités. Nous avons financé des activités au Togo dans le domaine des pistes rurales, et actuellement nous sommes aussi en train de financer des activités dans le domaine des mines pour les marbres, et puis dans le domaine de l'hôtellerie. On est en train de financer une société qui est en train d'implanter un hôtel au niveau du Togo, un hôtel de classe internationale. Quand celui-ci sera achevé, donc vous comprendrez bien que ça va profiter à l'ensemble de la population, à l'ensemble de tous les visiteurs, et ça va développer le secteur touristique. Maintenant, en tant que siège, si un siège d'une banque régionale est installé quelque part, vous savez toutes les retombées économiques directes et indirectes. Nous logeons ici, nous employons beaucoup de personnel. Pour le personnel même qui travaille au niveau de la banque, emploie des gens à Lomé ici. Et donc vraiment il y a des très importantes retombées. C'est pour cela que quand une institution se crée, chaque pays veut avoir le siège. Et le siège, il y a beaucoup de retombées économiques.
However, a legal practitioner in Lomé thinks a lot of the ills that happened in the past has improved, and that business registration today is faster and more conducive for investors that come into the country to invest.
Exprimer sur le climat des affaires au Togo. Je vous remercie beaucoup. En effet, le Togo, c'est un pays de paix. Par rapport aux autres pays d'Afrique, le Togo connaît aujourd'hui une stabilité. Stabilité aussi bien politique qu'économique. Et cette stabilité a des corollaires sur le plan économique, surtout le développement des affaires. C'est pourquoi d'ailleurs des investisseurs cherchent à investir beaucoup au Togo. Nous avons aussi le port. Notre port autonome, c'est un port franc qui, d'ailleurs, on est en train de construire de nouveaux quais. Ce qui veut dire que le port est aussi développé et qui accueille des gros navires, des navires gros porteurs. Donc, je crois que à partir de là, et puis les facilités d'installation des sociétés, des entreprises au Togo, est très... C'est-à-dire l'installation des entreprises au Togo ne prend pas beaucoup de temps. Et il suffit de passer par le ministère du Commerce, la Chambre de commerce, où là-bas, il y a le service, il y a une société qui s'occupe rien que de la création des entreprises au Togo. C'est le centre de formation des entreprises que nous appelons communément CFE. Quand vous passez par là, au bout d'un mois, vous avez déjà le récépissé, vous avez déjà l'autorisation pour s'installer au Togo.
This is a Business Television Africa report from Lomé.